Hi everybody, this is Katie Ashley, the Membership Support Coordinator at the Elko Area Chamber. I am here today at Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy with Trevor and Kyle. You guys, do you want to introduce yourselves?
Sure. I'm Trevor Hanlon, I'm the lead admissions.
And I'm Kyle O'Connell, the program coordinator.
Perfect. Well, thanks for having me out here today, you guys. I think we'll just get started with my questions. So, can you guys tell us about the history of Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy and how it got started?
Well, how it got started is the National Guard Youth Challenge program has been around for close to almost 30 years plus. Nationwide, there are many campuses in 35 states and territories, Puerto Rico, all the way to Hawaii and Alaska. And then some states have multiple programs like California. It's just Nevada is one of the newest members to the Youth Challenge program. And the National Guard is our biggest sponsor because that's the best mechanism to get it to all 50 states and territories. But here in Nevada, we were established back in 2019 through the legislature, and through all the processes and getting everything stood up here on campus in Hanlon started in 2021. And we have this badge of our campus here, and it's dedicated in February of 2021. We had our first class in that fall, and it started with 22 cadets, and now we're over 50.
Wow.
So we're continuing to grow and do stuff like that.
That's amazing though that it started, 30 years ago, and then finally bring it to Nevada, and now you've grown since you started. So that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It's still growing every year. So
Yeah.
we're picking up a little bit every time.
Yeah, and with Nevada being the newest campus, right? One of the newer campuses.
One of the newer. Pennsylvania is actually newer by a year.
Okay, well, one of the newer campuses, and being the only one, you guys do service the entire state, is that correct?
That's
Yes.
correct. All the way from Las Vegas and Searchlight up to Oahe,
Wales.
Jackpot, Wendover to Reno. So the entire state.
Awesome. What inspired BBYCA opening in this area?
Well, we have this great facility. It's the old fire science facility. The National Guard took it over back in 2010 or so to be a new facility to bring units to. But with all the realignments and Las Vegas opening a bigger center, it was left dormant. So this was a great facility, modern everything, to put a schoolhouse here.
Awesome. How long have you guys been a member of the Elko Area Chamber, and what has that experience been like?
When I started here, we were looking at ways to obviously spread the word out in the community, and the chamber is the obvious option. So we started figuring out if we could, through bylaws, become a part of it, because we are non-for-profit. I think I spoke to you first. What has it done? We've already picked up multiple contacts, classes, people coming in to talk to the kids. You have done an amazing job at helping me get some of our publication stuff done. And these are all benefits that we got through you, we wouldn't have had otherwise. So I'm tickled to death. I'm glad we made the choice. We've probably been a member, not quite a year yet.
Yeah, almost a year.
Almost a year.
Awesome. Well, I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. I like working with you guys. I think it's fun. I get to,
Well,
help out.
it's a great partnership because one of our big tenets, our core components, is service to community. And being in the community and having access to the chamber and the different things is just part of bringing one of those core components for the cadets to bring it to the community we work out of too.
Yeah, and I think that leads us great into, are there any chamber events or programs that you have found particularly helpful? I know I see you guys at before and after hours when you can make it, and you're getting out there and chatting with people. What has that been like?
That has been probably the biggest, asset that we've come up. We've made a lot of contacts, but as Kyle said, we do a lot of service to community projects, and a lot of that starts with those interactions at the business before and after hours. We've picked up a number of different projects.
Several different projects from all over the area, and then just meeting with those people, putting us in contact with their community service representatives for obviously the mining community. We're talking with Ken Ross and Nevada Gold Mines and just all the outreach we can to help build our service hours also, but to also give back to the cadets and let them know about career opportunities and stuff like that.
Yeah, awesome. You guys are very community based. So in what ways does BBYCA give back or engage with the local community? You kind of touched on that, but.
The service to community projects is outside the program fundamentals, is part of the program, but it's giving back to the community with, I guess, a tenet where we're teaching these kids to be part of something bigger than themselves and the importance of giving back to the community. So they get to take part in these projects, and they also get to learn about what's outside of Elko and Spring Creek and in Carlin. You know, there's opportunities everywhere. It's not just the mining industry. And that opening their eyes like that is a big piece of this program, showing them that there's places they go anywhere they want, as long as they put forth the effort and obviously hit that first benchmark. One of the biggest things we press on is academic excellence. So getting that graduation under their belt and presenting themselves to potential employers. The meetings that we have at the chamber, we also have different employees come around and talk to the kids about opportunities. So that's another big piece, because these kids wouldn't be aware of it. We've got kids that have been in Vegas and never left outside of Vegas. It's the first time they've seen a mountain or snow.
Wow.
So the chamber's been real essential to that. It's been a big part of it.
Awesome. Can you share a proud moment or a major success that Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy has experienced?
Well, there's so many just here, but it's based on our cadets and what they do after, because in the entire program is about 18 months, and then for the 1 year after they're here on campus, we keep in touch with them, and some are very successful, and they write us back wishing that they could stay longer, but because of the program they can't, but they keep in touch with our case managers.
Come back and speak.
They come back and speak when there's like all the cadets are having a hard time. We reach out to graduates, and they come in and be like, it's not that bad. But we also hear back on what they're doing. A lot of them are successful. They're graduating high school on time, which is the thing, getting enrolled in college, enlisting in the military. And those are just proud moments we see. And even when we're out in the community, the graduates, we see them at their different jobs and everything. They come up to us and talk to us when we're at different events and everything like that. So it's really great to see the progress they're making even afterwards.
That's awesome. I know I wish that there was something like this when I was in school.
My parents do too. If you could help one kid, we'd be successful. Yeah. But I think one of the biggest successes is where we've gone and grown, is we have a really high success rate, graduation rate. I think we're ahead of the national average, and these kids are coming out from traumatic lives in many cases. They don't know that there's a future, and to watch them get their first passing grades ever, to watch them enroll in college. We even have some, we don't preach the military here, but it is really cool because a lot of us are veterans or retired, to watch these kids decide that's where they want to go and know that they went there with the right answers, and we gave them the opportunity.
Awesome. What is one piece of advice you'd give to entrepreneurs or small business owners? I know that this isn't really a business, but is there anything that you guys, instill in the children here that you think would be beneficial to the local community and some of our chamber members?
Be involved. The community is only as good as the people that are in it, and if you're going to be a part of it, and we instill that in the kids with our service to community projects especially, but they also learn a lot about how a city works, the infrastructure. That type of stuff is not typically taught in high school.
Right.
So it's just extras that they get by coming to campus. And if I could give anybody that tried to start a business in this town, be involved, be a part of the chamber, but give back.
All right. And then what do you love most about being a part of this community and having BBYCA here?
The local support, I'm typically a small town guy, but the way that these kids would graduate and go to back into the high school, integrate back in the system, word of mouth spreads like wildfire in a small town. So when our success stories go out, it's an immediate return. And that has benefited me, especially as the admissions guy, because there's a lot that goes into trying to spread the word in rural Nevada. But to have these kids go out and parents see the kids and they're in awe of the change and want their child to experience what we give here, that's just cool. Just cool.
Awesome. I know that this isn't necessarily on my list of questions that I sent you guys, but can you guys just tell us what Battleborn Youth Challenge Academy is? Just because I know before I met with you, I had a different outlook on it, on what it actually was. And I think it would be great to let people know what it is you guys do.
Absolutely. This program is tuition free for one. It is part of our Elko County School District. It's an accredited high school program. So these kids can come here when they're struggling academically, get back on track to graduate with their peers and move forward to a positive future. It is also where they can learn life coping skills, things that they wouldn't learn in a typical high school. Many think that this is some sort of scare straight boot camp program. It is not. We operate on a hands-off leadership policy. So when kids come here, they're not cussed and manipulated and beaten into submission. This is a high school program. It very much mirrors an ROTC. It's just, we have a distinct advantage over a high school because we have them 24/7. We're teaching them 16 hours a day. The kids, I think it was Stephen Covey said it takes 14 days to create a habit. These kids have 5.5 months. It's a habit when they leave here. It needs to be reinforced when they go home, but they come out with the fundamentals to be a successful, productive member of society and have the life that they all deserve. In coming from where a lot of the kids come from, broken homes, there's trauma, there's whatever. They don't have a support system or that encouragement and that discipline and that structure to be successful. We give that to them. The program is 17.5 months long. 5.5 that is spent on site with us. They start a 2-week period upon arrival. We call that acclimation. It's still an evaluation period, but that is to teach them how to be cohesive and start grouping up as a member of a team and operate together, understand the program and what's expected of them. And it's hard. That's hands down the hardest part of the program for these kids. They're scared, they're defiant, they think it's a punishment, and it is not. It's an opportunity. When they get through the acclimation period, they obtain the title cadet, which is a big deal for them. We have a ceremony. It's actually pretty emotional. A lot of these kids cry because it's the first time they've ever accomplished something like that and been recognized for it. They then step into their academic day. That is 4 days a week, 8 hours a day. All your core subjects that they would have in high school. We also offer credit recovery, a military science credit, and we're looking to bring other classes as we grow. Typically in Nevada, it takes 23 credits to graduate. On average, in a full academic year, these kids will average 6 to 7 credits in public high school. We do that in a semester. And the way we do it is we eliminate the distractions for one. So the drugs and the alcohol, the bad influences with friends, the video games, the cell phones, the computers. It is absolutely amazing what these kids can accomplish when those distractions are eliminated. And they do. We've had kids, if you go to our website and look at the testimonials, we have kids that have never had a passing grade in their life that are getting straight A's. And it's because of the way that this program is operated. simple structure and discipline is a big part of it, but knowing that you have a group where you're safe, these people care, they're obviously not getting rich, it's a state job. They're here because when these kids show up, again, they're angry, they're defiant, they're not wanting to be here. Per se, it's a voluntary program, but they're very unsure. And then to watch them walk across the stage at graduation, that's a very satisfying moment for every one of the staff members, and they're all very invested. The program, as they go through it, that first 5.5 months, these kids get the opportunity to get CPR certified, OSHA 10 safety certificates, ServSafe. They participate in 40 hours of service to the community. If they have aspirations of going to college, most college apps require that to be competitive, and they can check that box after leaving this program. Some of the things afterwards, we have a 12-month mentorship piece, so it doesn't just end at the end of the residency. We have case management staff that follows up. There are family designated mentors that are assigned to the kids, and that is a requirement. And these kids are tracked. They check in monthly. The mentor talks to them weekly, and that information is passed back to us. So typically teenagers know everything and parents know nothing. So those conversations don't go well in a household. And we found a great deal of success when we take that conversation and move it outside the household with the mentor. That goes on for 12 months. And then we actually have ancillary programs, very similar to Job Corps, but with more supervision and structure, that are only available to graduates of this program. And there's 4 or 5, I think, locations across the country.
I think there's 8 now. California has one, that's the closest one, called ChalleNGe.
Awesome.
And that is it's only available to kids that complete this program and complete it in good standing. We want to take the ones that have put forth the effort to move forward and give them the opportunity. They have, I think, a CNA program and a welding program, and it's dual enrollment, so they can still pursue their high school diploma and accumulate college credits while they're doing it. And all of this is tuition free, that's sponsored by the Guard. It's paid for by the state and federal government. Most of these programs, this one, you're looking at 40 grand. This is an opportunity for a kid to get back on the rails and salvage their future. It's a second chance at it, and learn much more than you gain at high school in a very short period of time, much shorter than they think it is when they show up.
Well, at that age, 5.5 months is a long time.
It is forever.
It is.
It's forever. Well, thank you guys so much for sitting down with me and talking with me about what you do today. If anyone has any interest on what you guys do or becoming a mentor or anything like with your community programs, where can they find you guys? Where can they find your information?
You can go to our website. It's BBYCA.org. Or you're welcome to call me at 775-431-7108, and I'll answer any questions you have.
Awesome. Thank you guys. Again, my name is Katie Ashley. I'm with the Elko Area Chamber, and make sure you're following us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Elko Area Chamber, or take a look at our website, www.elkonevada.com, for more information on our community and local events.